Hello, I'm Shane. Have you ever lost your favourite toy and it's not where you usually keep it? Then you have to go on a search because it's lost? Well, our story is about someone who gets lost. It's called Where's Stripey? And it's by Wendy Binks. Crikey and Sheila Emu lived at Fedincombe Flats. Sheila was very tired. She had just laid 30 big green eggs. I've just laid all these eggs, she told Crikey. Now, I'm going off to rest. You must sit on the eggs to keep them warm. When they hatch, you'll have to look after the chicks for me. Remember, there will be 30 chicks. Don't lose any of them. Crikey looked forward to seeing the chicks when they hatched out of the eggs, but he was a little worried. He knew he was a bit forgetful and he couldn't count very well. 30 sounded like an awful lot of chicks. He sat on the eggs for many days. Then one by one, they hatched out into 30 splendid little emu chicks. Crikey was very pleased with himself. That wasn't so difficult, he thought, as the chicks snuggled beneath his warm feathers. Next morning, Crikey took all the chicks to Krusty Creek to look for yummy seeds and grass to eat. The 30 chicks ran here, there and everywhere, and Crikey grew quite dizzy as he tried to keep count of them. This is harder work than I thought, he said to himself. Then one of the chicks tapped Crikey on his foot. Her name was Leggy. "Hey, Dad," she called up to him. Crikey looked down. "My brother Stripey is missing," she said. "Oh, no," Crikey groaned. "Are you sure?" "Quite sure," said Leggy. Stripey had disappeared. Crikey was frantic. How cross Sheila would be. None of the other chicks had seen Stripey. Crikey just had to find him. He found two of his emu mates, Husey and Shiz, and asked them to keep a careful eye on the 29 chicks that were left. Then Crikey set off to find Stripey. Crikey crossed Windy Bottom Gorge, where he found Dozy, the koala, sleeping halfway up a manna gum tree with her joey, Spike. "Hey, Dozy," Crikey called up, "have you seen my chick? His name is Stripey." Dozy opened her eyes and looked down. "What does he look like?" she asked slowly. "Does he look like you?" "No," said Crikey. "He is small and fluffy and stripy." "Sorry, I haven't seen him," Dozy said, and closed her eyes again. So Crikey ran on, past Mussel Duck Crossing and over to Dingbat Ditch, where he saw the two kookaburras, Smirk and Giggle, who were laughing their heads off. "Hey, guys," he called to them once they'd stopped laughing. "Have you seen my chick? His name is Stripey." "What does he look like?" asked Smirk. "Does he look like you?" "No," said Crikey. "He's small and fluffy and stripy." "No, sorry," Smirk and Giggle replied together. "We haven't seen him." Crikey left Dingbat Ditch and headed for Furball Creek, where Cheeky, the brush-tailed possum, lived inside a hole in a peppermint tree. "Cheeky," Crikey called out, "are you at home?" Cheeky peered out of his hole. "Have you seen my chick?" asked Crikey. "His name is Stripey." "What does he look like?" asked Cheeky. "Does he look like you?" "No," said Crikey. "He's small and fluffy and stripy." "Sorry, I haven't seen him," said Cheeky, and yawned and went back into his hole. Crikey ran on until he got to Broken Springs, where he saw Harley, the motorbike frog, with all his tadpoles. "Hello, Harley," Crikey said. He was feeling desperate by now. "Have you seen my chick? His name is Stripey." "What does your chick look like?" asked Harley. "Does he look like you?" "No," said Crikey. "He's small and fluffy and stripy." "It's odd that he doesn't look like you," Harley said. Crikey didn't think that Harley's tadpoles looked like their dad either, but he didn't say so. "Well," he said. "Sorry," said Harley. "I haven't seen him." Crikey ran on and on, looking here, there and everywhere for Stripey. He reached Dusty Bucket Gully, where he saw Bluey, the red kangaroo, resting with her joey, Socks. "Hey, Bluey," Crikey said, "have you seen my chick? His name is Stripey." Bluey said thoughtfully. "What does your chick look like? Does he look like you?" No, said Crikey. He's small and fluffy and stripy. Sorry, I haven't seen him, Bluey said, and Crikey thanked her and ran off. By this time, Crikey felt very tired. Still, he kept on. He crossed Critter Creek and came to Snotty Gobble Spa, where he saw a flock of mother emus. They were all gathered around something, but Crikey couldn't see what it was. Crikey ran up to the group, but before he could ask them if they'd seen his chick, he heard a voice say, "Dad?" All the mother emus turned around to look at Crikey, and he saw that on the ground between them was a single chick. The chick was small and fluffy and stripy. Yes, Crikey had found Stripey at last. He was very happy. Then Crikey saw that Sheila was one of the mother emus gathered there. She looked very cross. Oops, thought Crikey. Where are our other 29 chicks? Sheila demanded. Oh, Husey and Chiz are looking after them back at Krusty Creek, Crikey told her sheepishly. Husey and Chiz? Sheila repeated. Oh no, that will never do. Come on, we'd better get back to Krusty Creek right now. So Sheila and Crikey and Stripey set off together as fast as they could. Back at Krusty Creek, Husey and Chiz had got themselves all twisted up trying to keep up with the other 29 chicks who were running here, there and everywhere. Stripey ran to join his brothers and sisters, very happy to be back. It was the first time Sheila had seen all her newly hatched family. What splendid chicks, she said proudly. She wasn't cross anymore. You've done a great job, Crikey. 30 is a lot of chicks. I better stay to help you look after them. How relieved Crikey felt when he heard this. Husey and Chiz were feeling very relieved too, as they carefully untwisted themselves and headed for the nearest watering hole. Thanks, guys, called Crikey and Sheila. Then they gathered up their small, fluffy and stripy chicks and took them home to Fair Dinkum Flats, all 30 of them. I'm glad they found Stripey, aren't you? Can you imagine playing with 30 brothers and sisters like Stripey? I'll see you soon. Bye.